Guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we're doing something different. I'm gonna be going over with a couple of people, asking them why is the Igbo language going extinct? Cause I I noticed that most parents they actually raise their kids with English, leaving our language behind. So most times the kids they don't know nothing about their culture, where they're from, how to speak the language, nothing. So I'll be going over with a few people to know the reason if it's actually a good thing or not. So stay tuned and hope you enjoy this channel. Bye. Good evening, ma. So, please, I'm doing an interview on why is the Igbo culture going extinct? Because I noticed that most people don't teach their kids Igbo. I'll be asking you three questions, and first of all, I would like to know your name and where you're from.
Okay. My name is Mrs. Uzo Chibuko. So I'm from Enugu State. Hmm? I'm maritally from Enugu State. So I was from Anambra State. So now I'm an Enugu State indigenous.
Okay. First off, I'll be asking. I discovered that most Igbo parents don't bring up their kids teaching them Igbo language culture. Do you think it's a good thing or a bad thing?
No, I'm not an advocate of people raising their children with English language. So, first of all, English language is our second language, not the first. So, why the Igbo language is going into extinction now is just because, especially the Igbos, they want to raise their children with English because they want their children to belong. So with this, Igbo is going into extinction. You will see a child now that is from Igbo tribe, and you be is now is a surprising thing that when you see few of them that speak Igbo, because we are no longer used to seeing our children speaking Igbo, because we the parents like to raise our children in English, using English language, which is not good. If you see other tribes, like maybe even in Nigeria and even in America here, where you see other tribes, you see that they raise their children with their own language, which I don't know why Igbo people are trying to adopt our second language to now be our first language. This is not the right thing to do. So I don't suggest that. Thank you.
Okay, so the second question is, can you give me reasons why it's important to teach to teach kids everything about the Igbo culture?
First thing you used to know somebody from a culture is their language. So if you come to see anybody that is not speaking the cultural language, you'll be wondering. But it is very, very important that parents raise their children with Igbo language. First of all, to uphold our culture. Because if care is not taken, in some years to come now, Igbo language is going to extinction. And Igbo is one of the main tribes in Nigeria. Then secondly, when you raise your children with Igbo language, there are some places you will come that you may not want to interact with them in English. You want to interact with them with only your language. So it is very, very important, because if you do not do that, there are some places that you may want your children to interact with you. And because you did not raise them, they cannot even understand what you're saying. And then everybody has to know what you're discussing personally with your child. So that is it.
Okay, so the third and final question is, what advice do you have for people out there training their kids and not teaching them the Igbo language or culture?
My advice to parents is to raise their children with Igbo language. First of all, to uphold our culture. This culture needs to be upheld for future generations so that we will not lose what our ancestors have handed down to us. Wherever they find themselves, they can identify with their culture, no matter where they find themselves. Just like as we gather here, we are in the US now, as we gather with people from Igbo, we can interact and we are happy with that. So if our children now grow up without this Igbo language, how can they identify with each other so that they will be able to know themselves, have a stand wherever they are? So it is very, very important. The first and foremost is to start from when they are still growing up, because if they don't get it then, it will be hard for them to get it. So I advise parents, please and please uphold this culture. Igbo is a great culture. Wherever you go in this world, you find Igbo people. And when your children grow with this Igbo language, they will be able to identify wherever they find themselves. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ma. I really appreciate for taking out your time to answer this question. Thank you so much. God bless you.
You're welcome. Igbo day one. Day one.
Good evening, sir.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so this is my YouTube channel. So I'm making a video of why is the Igbo language going extinct? Because I'm noticing that most parents, they don't teach their children Igbo, and it's mainly just English. So I have like 3 questions for you.
Okay.
But first of all, I would like you to tell us your name and where you're from before I start the questions.
Well, I'm from Nigeria. Huh?
Yes, from Nigeria.
Because we're talking about Igbo.
Yes.
So, yeah, my name is Igbo. People call me Martins, but now we're talking about Igbo language. I want to be talking about Igbo. And I'm from Anambra State, from Oga, Agwata, Anambra State.
Thank you very much, sir. So the first question is, I discovered that most Igbo parents don't bring up their kids teaching them the Igbo language culture. Do you think it's a good thing or a bad thing?
It's not a good thing. There are reasons why, from my own perspective, there are reasons why people do that. In Nigeria, first of all, we have a lot of, when I say we have the class system in Nigeria. So for you to belong to that level, to level up with people, or living on the upper class, people at that level, you have to be speaking English. That's what people expect you to do. So for you to be recognized, for you to be among the people, for you to cozy up with the elites, you should be speaking English. So parents, they encourage their kids because they want them to be seen as, they belong to that class. That's why they discourage them. They try to discourage them. They don't even speak Igbo at all. They want English. So that way, whatever you teach a kid when the kid is growing up, that's what they do. That's what they do. So you end up having a lot of kids that live in Anambra State, but they don't know how to speak. Kids that live in Lagos don't know how to speak. Their parents are trying to be among them.
Okay, so the second question is, can you give me reasons why it's important to teach your kids everything about the Igbo culture?
Well, there are many reasons. Well, first of all, is identity. So that identity thing is very, very, very important because, if you grow up, you don't know your language. That means you don't even know where you belong. It's difficult for you to okay, say I'm Igbo, but I don't know how to speak Igbo. It doesn't match up. And the identity issue, some people that I see here, for instance, you see a lot of people, African Americans, trying to trace themselves back. They fly to Ghana, anywhere they think there's peace. Because Nigeria, if you go there, if you don't take your time, they'll take care of you. If you don't take So they go to those places that are peaceful because they want to retrace, they want to go back and belong to somewhere Africa. That's people that understand, they're looking for their identity. So one of the reasons why the good thing is if you do that, if you can speak Igbo, when you go, that means first of all, you know where you are from, you can defend yourself, you can relate with your people, there's a lot of things there. And secondly, it means I don't even know how to explain this one now because there's something identity there, but there's something about, it makes you how will I even put it now? It gives you an edge. It gives you an edge when it comes to certain things because you having an identity, you know where you're coming from. Just like I'm here, there's something you can do. I know I have somewhere I can go to. So there's a lot of advantage. We have a lot of advantage. There are many of them that I can't even start.
Okay, so the third and the final question is, what advice do you have for people out there training their kids and not teaching them the Igbo culture?
My advice is more of a warning. It's not even an advice. It's a warning because, an advice means that, okay, you can do it if you don't. No, but it's a warning that if you don't do it, it has consequences. Because one is that if you grow up, like if your son, let's say your child or your son or your daughter, when they grow up, they don't know how to speak English. They don't want to go back to Nigeria. They don't feel. I mean, they will like you, but if you go there, you don't belong there. You don't even speak like. You won't feel so comfortable there. You'll be here because a lot of people speak English and they understand you, and they want to recite it. So the first one is that you're losing your child. You understand? You think you have them. You think they're posh. They speak English. They don't even speak English. Some people even it's a kind of a hard for them. But you're losing them. They won't come back because the parents that, for instance, for me, I have a daughter that I don't even speak English to her. Like even if I'm calling, whatever, you're hearing it or not hearing it because there's a way the brain works. Like you keep speaking English. It starts wiring. So because when she grow up, I hope to retire in Nigeria. And I hope to see her come back. And I want her to be comfortable coming back. So if she doesn't know how to speak English, she doesn't connect with Nigeria, how do you think she will come back? She will send you a postcard and ask you how much you need. You send you like $20 or $100 and that's it. You will see. So, but if you have that language, that means it will bring them back. They will have friends. They will make friends, not even only you. They will come to see you. They will come to see their friends. Yes. So that's one of the things why. It's a warning. It's not an advice. You can choose not to do it. You live to reap the consequences of it when you grow up. So they will go away. They won't come back to Nigeria. Secondly, you want them to maybe marry Nigeria or something like that. That's an asset. It's a big asset that they can speak the Nigerian language. So that's one of the things, like, because this all this boyfriend girlfriend thing. When you want to marry, your eyes will open. When you want to marry, like you want to marry someone that has that connection, well, the first one is they don't have to speak the language. Yeah. So it's a warning. You can leave it, you can do it, or you can leave it, but you live to see the consequences. So that's my thing.
Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate, and I hope you're following my YouTube channel.
No, I'll subscribe.
Yes, please. I'm trying to subscribe.
No, this is good, and I encourage what you're doing because if you keep putting things like this out, people will see different people's view around me. We're losing it, and we're losing it, and it's not good. So when people keep reading this and people see what other people say about it, maybe they'll think about it in a different way because maybe you're thinking about it, oh, don't worry, pick it up when you do it. No, you won't pick it up if you don't start from that stage. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate. Thank you. Thank you for your time, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Are we starting? Yeah. So good evening, man. Okay, so I'm making a YouTube channel on why our Igbo language is going extinct. Because most parents, I found out that they don't actually speak the Igbo language to their kids. So I'll be asking you 3 questions today. And before I do, please can you tell us your name and where you're from?
My name is Obianuju. From Okuzu. Married to an Anambra man from Oga, to be precise. A very handsome man. Kind-hearted man.
Okay, so the 3 questions are: I discovered that most Igbo parents don't bring up their kids teaching them the Igbo language or culture. Do you think it's a good thing or a bad thing?
Um, Generally, I think it's not good. I think it's good that your kids, you have to grow up your kids to speak Igbo language, because if you don't speak Igbo language to your kids, your language per se is gonna die, right? And Igbo language is now in this generation that we are right now, everyone speaks English to their kids. So to me specifically, I brought up all my kids. I have 4 children, so, and all of them speaks Igbo, and I have 8-year-old. My first year is 8-year-old, and the last one is a year plus, and all of them speaks Igbo from the 8 year to the 1 year old. So I think generally speaking Igbo to your kids is really good and essential in this present age.
Okay, so the second question is: can you give me reasons why it's important to teach your kids everything about the Igbo culture?
Yes, it's very good to teach your kids. You might be in a congregation right now and all them speaks English. and you might want to, your child might be doing something wrong, and you don't know how to correct your child in the presence of people. So if they have their native language, like Igbo, for instance, or Yoruba, they have so many. Like in Nigeria has 3 languages specifically. So Igbo, I'm speaking Igbo because Igbo is my number one. Yes. So if you want, it's better for you to teach your children Igbo, your language, your native language, so they will be able to communicate with you, so other people don't understand, especially here in America. So because the kids here in America, most of them teach their children. The kids here in America, all of them speak English. They don't even know how to speak their native language again, which is Igbo. So generally, I think teaching your kids Igbo, which is their native language, is better to bring the kids up, so they will know exactly where their fatherland is from.
Okay, so the third and the final question is, what advice do you have for people out there training their kids and not teaching them the Igbo culture or language?
Yeah, the advice I have for them is just to put an effort to train their kids in the native language, so the kids will understand and learn more about the language.
Okay, thank you so much. And I really appreciate your giving us your time. I hope you're subscribed to my channel and I hope you watch all my videos.
Yes.
So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Please, can I know your name and where you're from?
Okay, from Umuezuoga, Anambra State, Nigeria.
Okay, so this is my YouTube channel and I'm trying to know why the Igbo language is going extinct, because most parents, they tend to leave the Igbo language behind and speak just English to their kids. And when they grow up, the kids grow up not knowing where they're from, anything concerning the Igbos. So I'm just gonna ask you like 3 questions and I hope you can answer me. So the first one is, I discovered that most parents don't bring up their kids, teaching them the Igbo language culture. Do you think it's a good thing or a bad thing?
That is a very good question. A very good thing you noticed. So I did notice that too, and Igbo language is a huge language, very meaningful language, very beautiful language. And it's a shame and it's disheartening that it's going the direction it's going, which is almost going extinct. And it's our fault, directly the fault of the parents. So a lot of people, even in Nigeria, they're speaking English to their kids, which is so wrong. The funny thing is that many of them can't even speak the English, and they're speaking English, broken English, and just messed up English to their kids. So why would you be a husband and a wife? Both of you are from Igbo land, born in Enugu or Onitsha, the core Igbo, over. Why are you talking to your kids in English? So according to research, every child's first language is wired, it's not taught, it's not, they come out already ready to talk that language.
Hi.
So now that she's out, I will switch to speaking Igbo, because this is my daughter, and I raised her speaking Igbo. We live in California, United States, but on our Igbo. Because so, can I have it? So, can I say that? Yeah. So ihe anyị na-ekwu ebe ahụ maka ndị Nigeria, ndị parents na-anaghị asụrụ ụmụ ha Igbo, na-asụrụ ụmụ ha Oyibo. Ọ dị ka ọ dị mma? Ọkwa ọ dịghị mma? Mana otu anyị si mara asụ Igbo kịta, ọkwa maka na na-asụrụ gị Igbo. So ọ ihe anyị na-ekwu, ka parents ọhụrụ na-asụrụ ụmụ ha, na-asụrụ ha Igbo, ihe a the best way to teach them. how to speak Igbo. They don't need a teacher. Talk normally in Igbo in your house, and that's all you need to do. Your kids will respond to you.
Okay, so my second question is, can you give me reasons why it's important to teach your kids everything about the Igbo culture?
Tradition, culture can never be lost. You don't lose that, that's all you have. These children that we're having in diaspora, they can get everything. If I stop seeing my children today, they will have education, they will have everything they need in this country without my help. I can be here and give extra help and direct them, but even if you don't want to, you decide not to, they will get everything they need. The only thing that you can give to your children is culture, that tradition. You pass it on. And if you pass it on, you will go on to the next generation. My son just recently, echiri m ọzọ na Nigeria. So, ọzọ nze ka ọ bụ now. And he knows that. He knows that. So that's how you pass tradition down. And as soon as you do that with them, because it's all masu, umaka masu, umaka hamusa hagasuri, that's how you pass it down.
So my last question is, what advice do you have for people out there training their kids and not teaching them the Igbo culture?
So advice, if we call it teaching, it becomes work. You don't have to teach them. Talk in Igbo. Be yourself. Be who you are. Be that Igbo person you are. Practice your tradition. You just do those things, they pick it up. Children, you see how we sponge. They get it. You don't have to make it a teachable moment or teach in a classroom. They don't have to. Practice it. Be who you are. Be yourself in your own house. And your children are going to be that person. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. I really, really appreciate it. Thank
you.
You
are
so
very
much.
welcome.
Thank you so much, Kosi. Thank you. Thank you. Really appreciate
Kosi, when you not go Mark Igbo, can you get advice you get from Mark Igbo? What can I ask you?
Mostly listen to your parents. Okay. Mostly to your parents. So, like you said, our heads were like sponges. Now, but our heads were sponges, so their heads were rocks.
Oh, that's it. This is my moving on. Okay. Thank you for introducing me. I want to keep solid things. Now I understand it. Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Okay.